What's up everybody, the Blue Fang here, and today I'm back with yet a new what if I had gotten from one of you guys, and this is what if Naruto was power hungry. So in my concept of power hungry, I'm going to try to go for different ways to do this. It won't be like Naruto turning into some god, so don't worry about that, but you'll find out in the video. So if you want a part 2 for this, the like goal will be 250 likes for the next part. Now subscribe if you're new, hit the like button and turn on bell notifications. So with no further ado, let's get into the video. So the way this what if is going to start off is that Naruto's mindset on the village and the world are pretty much going to be changed. Also, his views on the people of the village will take a different turn than how he viewed them in the original. His whole backstory is going to be the same as in canon, with the Nine Tails attack and everything else, and Naruto would kind of build up a bit more hatred for the village as he grew up. He hated the fact that everyone looked down on him. He hated the fact that everyone despised him, yet he wasn't able to do anything as he was only a child. Naruto pretty much wanted to be above the people of Konoha, especially the Hokage, who did nothing to help him when all of the village treated him this way. He wanted the power to surpass anyone in his way, but still did not want to kill everyone in the village as well. He didn't want to slaughter the village, but he wanted to control it. His goal starts off with wanting to become Hokage, so he would have a higher rank, and in this timeline, the way he would want to rank up would be a lot different. We start off the what if with Naruto thinking of ideas on how to overthrow the leaf. He's all by himself, so no one distracts him in the process. Naruto's first thought would be to get strong enough to be an imposing force, strong enough for people to be afraid of him, and from there, he would need a group that would help him out. Something like followers who would do anything for him, and from that he would grow in power and get closer to his goal. A while later, he goes back to the academy to take part in the graduation exams, but like in the original, he fails. The reason for this is because his chakra control is still messy from the Nine Tails. When he fails, he doesn't show too much of a reaction and just sighs. Everyone in the classroom laughs at him, and Naruto stares right at them with menacing eyes. Some of the laughter quiets down when Naruto does this, and Naruto just walks away. Mizuki then trails behind him with a sly grin on his face. Once he gets to Naruto, he gives him the idea of the scroll of sealing in the Hokage office. When Naruto hears this, loads of ideas go through his mind, and in the end, he forms a grin on his face. He says thanks to Mizuki and rushes to the Hokage office. In his head, he thinks that he can finally get a chance to learn multiple techniques and grow stronger. Naruto isn't even thinking about the graduation exams at this point, he's only thinking about getting stronger at the moment. We cut to once Naruto gets his hands on the scroll of sealing. He opens it and sees a whole bunch of different jutsus. The Flying Raijin, Multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu, Edo Tensei, and some more as well. Naruto grins when he sees all of these and he starts to learn most of them already. This time he's able to do them quicker as he's working much harder in this what if than in the original. This would mean Iruka or Mizuki wouldn't come and take the scroll from him when he's still learning one of these techniques. Naruto learns both the Multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu and Flying Raijin just before Iruka arrives. Iruka questions him on why he took the scroll, which Naruto just replies that Mizuki told him to. As he says this, Mizuki comes out and throws multiple kunai at the both of them. They both dodge and Naruto grits his teeth at this betrayal. He's not that surprised though, because he knew in some way that Mizuki was up to something when he brought up a scroll that had forbidden jutsus in it. As Naruto regains his balance from dodging, he quickly does the Multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu to show off his tricks. This will be a demonstration of what happens when you try to attack your future leader, you lowly scum. Naruto sends all of the clones rushing at Mizuki for a full-on beatdown. He watches as his clones take on Mizuki while he places a Flying Raijin seal on the scroll of sealing, just for later purposes. After a while, once the clones all disappear, Naruto then looks down on Mizuki. I love this view. Looking down on one of the scums of the village excites me. One day this view will be normal for me, and the whole village will know what it's like to be in my shoes. I will achieve my goal one day and control this village with my great power. Mizuki chuckles at this. What great power, you fool. Are you talking about the one the Nine Tails used years ago? If so, then it wouldn't be a surprise, as the Nine Tails is you. Naruto's eyes widen while Iruka in the background is frozen from Mizuki having revealed the fact that Naruto has the Nine Tails. Naruto's eyes go back to normal and he forms a small grin. He then chuckles for a bit and then says that it all makes sense for the village to hate him then. But after that, he continues to say that one day the village will respect them and probably even make them respect the Nine Tails as well, as he thinks he is able to control Konoha one day as he rises in power. A while later, Naruto leaves Mizuki and Iruka to go back to his home. But before that, he reminded Iruka that he should give him the Genin rank as he was able to do the multi-shadowed clone jutsu. Iruka agreed to that, and the next day, Naruto would become officially a Genin, one step to growing in the ranks. We cut days later as Naruto is trying to train and get the hang of his new techniques. While he's doing this, he thinks that it's time to go back to the Scroll of Sealing to try and learn other jutsus. He gets his kunai ready and then blitzes to the scroll using the Flying Rising jutsu, as he had put a seal on it earlier. Once he makes it to the scroll, he's in the Hokage office where it's kept while no one else is inside. Naruto looks around and sees a whole bunch of scrolls. He realizes this could be his chance to try and find some more information on the village. There could also be forbidden information as well in one of these scrolls. So for the day, he trained some of his new jutsus while reading through different scrolls. When he's finished, he had learned more information on the Nine Tails attack, some of the history of the Leaf Village, and more about the ranks of the village as well. He had also found out about the Edo Tensei technique and was able to learn about how to use it as well. A while later, he leaves and gets ready for the next day. We cut to a day later as Naruto now wants to make a group big enough so he can gain people that would respect him and help him become Hokage. Naruto's plan would be to use his new knowledge of the Edo Tensei jutsu and gain people to join a group he will make by telling them he can revive their dead comrades and also can create his own Edo Tensei army. Naruto smiles at the fact that this plan could work perfectly and can grow in numbers, gaining more power of the leaf. He craves this power as he can take action of his plan as he gets this power. In the length of a few weeks, he's able to do this step of his plan and able to get more people to cooperate with him. The rules he had set for them would be to help him with anything he would need, respect them, and not to tell anyone about this group. Of course, people were hesitant to join, but they were also intimidated by the Nine Tails, while also wanting to see their dead friends and family again, if Naruto is able to revive them. Naruto was able to test out the jutsu for an example to show them that he was telling the truth, and with this, he convinced them to join. We cut to the academy where Naruto is supposed to be put onto a team, as he became a Genin. He figures this is kind of a waste of time, but he still needs to do this, since if he shows good performance, he can gain the respect of higher ups. Some time passes as the teams get sorted out. The original Team 7 is the same with Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura's placements not changing in this timeline. Naruto is surprised to be put onto a team with an Uchiha and wonders if he can get him in his group, as he knows Sasuke is pretty strong. He would need him to take control of the leaf with him, so he would need some information about the Uchiha first, while also Sasuke himself. We cut to once Team 7 goes to the place where they're meant to meet their sensei, and Kakashi finally arrives after a while. They give him their introductions, with Naruto saying he wants to become Hokage, but he says it in a different tone than in the original. Sasuke also says he wants to kill a certain someone, which interests Naruto, giving him some thoughts on how to gain Sasuke's trust. Sakura then says whatever she said her goal was, and Team 7 go to do the bell test. We cut to once everyone in Team 7 is ready and the bell test begins. Naruto doesn't start running at Kakashi though and goes to talk to Sasuke. Sakura is just behind the two of them, not being relevant to the conversation in any way, and Naruto begins to say that he trusts Sasuke's skill and wants to think of a plan on how to get the bell with him. Sasuke grins and nods his head, ready to listen to what Naruto is going to say. Naruto then explains he needs Sasuke to distract Kakashi for a while, doing whatever jutsus that would gain his attention. Sasuke already has one in mind, which is the fireball jutsu he had been working hard on for years. Naruto continues to say that he has a trick he wants to put on Kakashi so that he could grab the bell from him. He then turns to Sakura and tells her to stay by his side and hold on to him when he tells her to. Sakura is pretty reluctant to listen to Naruto, but if Sasuke is going to follow his plan, she thinks that she needs to do it as well. As everyone gets ready, the plan begins with Sasuke running at Kakashi. Kakashi is busy reading his book at the moment, but when Sasuke is running at him, he places it in one hand and jumps out of the way. Sasuke then begins to throw multiple kunai at him in the air, which Kakashi dodges as well. He then lands back on the ground with Sasuke going for a fireball jutsu this time. Kakashi is surprised to see this jutsu being done by a genin, and he's currently focusing on it. When he's looking at the fireball, Naruto sneaks up behind him and places a seal on Kakashi's back. Kakashi feels a hand touch him and jumps out of the way quickly. Naruto jumps out of the way as well so he can avoid the fireball. When they both regain their footing, Naruto grins and tells Sakura to get ready. Kakashi's wondering about what's going on, and when he is, Naruto tells Sakura to hold on to him, and he does the flying rising jutsu, teleporting to the seal he placed on Kakashi. Kakashi is surprised by this, while Naruto and Sakura go for the 2 bells, successfully able to get them. The bell test ends with Kakashi congratulating Team 7 for their teamwork, and the genin celebrate. Naruto grins at this, with him being able to get the trust of more people. A while later, he goes back to plan more on his goal. And that's where I'm going to end it off for today. Hopefully you enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to get this video to 250 likes for the next part. I'm trying to make this series not so centered around an OP Naruto and kind of plot driven, to be honest, so I hope you like it. So like always, subscribe if you're new, hit the like button and turn on bell notifications. It's been the Blue Fang, peace.